Welcome to Coffee with the County Local Voices. This morning I have the City of Aitkin in the office with me. Jen Thompson, City Administrator. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Mark.
Nice to see you. And Samantha Sass,
Hello.
Our City Clerk. We have the team of the City of Aitkin here, the ones that get it done for all of you out there listening when you have an issue or a opportunity in the City of Aitkin. You go and see one of these two in that office, and they fix it or take care of it for you, right? Would you say that's correct, Jen?
We do our best to fix it or take care of it for everyone.
That's a loaded statement, by the way.
You'll do it.
Statement. Yeah. So, Jen, let's start with you a little bit. Our lifetime Aitkin County resident.
Born and raised here, graduated from Aitkin High School. I came to the city in 2015. Started as secretary, promoted to deputy clerk, then to city clerk, and then most recently in May of 2024, moved to the city administrator position. So just over a year and a half in this glorious job.
And it's glorious, right?
It's glorious every day.
Yeah, I know that we are lucky to have you in that role. And once a gobbler, always a gobbler. Is that what they say?
Of
Or,
course.
it's awesome to hear. We hear a lot of times people that have lived here all their lives, and you get that thought, that mindset. But we also have, I think you're an import like me, right, Samantha?
Yes, I am. I'm originally from Chicago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So come from the big city
Big
to
city.
rural Minnesota.
Yes.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. And Aitkin is, honestly, it feels like home. I love the community here. I have such a good support system around.
So how did Jen find you for the role? Where were you before this, or did you come right from Chicago?
No, so I moved to Minnesota in 2019 for my last position. I worked as a territory manager for Reynolds American, and I was looking for a position that would really challenge me and something involving my community. And when I saw the city clerk position opened, I was actually filling out the application, and my husband called me and said, "Hey, this position's open. I think you'd be a great fit for it."
And would you agree that she's a great fit for it? You can say it.
She's fantastic. She's my right hand, and I couldn't do it without her, that's for sure. So she's learned very quickly, and yeah, I couldn't do it without her.
I can tell when I go into the offices that you guys are collaborating very well together, and things are moving. There's momentum in the city of Aitkin, and I compliment you both for that, because you're the ones that start that momentum, right? You create the opportunities to have that momentum, so that's really cool. And you said you wanted something challenging, and I know from past history that Jen can be challenging, so maybe we'll edit that part. Yes, exactly. Well, the city of Aitkin has tons of things going on, right? Lots of different opportunities. One of them I just read in the paper, I think that is it the water treatment system that you're going to be working to improve. I think there was an IRRR grant that came out that's going to help support that. You guys tell me a little bit about what happens there?
So I don't know the details of wastewater treatment facility, other than that's where it all ends, and we, of course, need that as a city.
Yeah, we don't need to know how it's built.
Yeah, stay out of that piece of it. We did recently get awarded $500,000 from the IRRR to support that project. It's about a $6 million project in total. We've been kicking that can down the road for probably close to 10 years. So it's time. This is a phase 1 and a phase 2 of it. There's more to come.
Yeah, so continuing to provide those resources to grow for the future, right? That all sounds cheesy, but it's actually true. That's what the city does, is understand those opportunities, and how do we prepare ourselves for growth, or not growth, right? And hopefully it is growth and continues to grow. I know I saw some numbers just recently. The county, 3.6% population increase since 2020. There's a lot of reasons for that. People moving from different areas to work from home, doing all of those things that we're making ourselves more attractive. And it starts with a lot of the amenities and things that go on in the city as well. That's where they're coming to be. People want to be here, not just because it's naturally better, but I have to throw that in every podcast. Yeah. Another project I think I remember there's a giant water tower that's out west of town now.
Correct.
That was just recently installed this year, right? That's another huge project.
Yep. So the water tower is waiting to be painted. They were hoping to do that yet this fall, but the weather got cold, so that'll be painted in the spring. And then we'll see the water tower next to the Public Utilities office will be demolished next summer as well. So that's going to be interesting to watch that process happen. We did receive a $2.32 million federal EPA grant for that project. So we continue to track down dollars that support our community. I think that's one thing that we are gaining momentum at that, is tracking down free money.
And I think you have a lot to do with that as well, right? Do you help with the grant writing and the putting together of those, so you two as a team?
Yes, we've been working together on a lot of the grants.
You know, for our listeners, to just say that, we're going to receive a grant to help support the project is really the beginning. Those grants are complicated. Mm-hmm. They're complicated to apply for. They're complicated once you get them. Then you have to actually administer them and do all of that side. So please know that it's, like Jen said, it is free money technically, but it's not free to get.
Right.
There's a lot of work that goes involved in that. Yeah. But just the fact, again, that you guys are on the aggressive side of going after those dollars that are available. I know you work with the Airport Commission, and they do a lot of things to try to attract that support out at the airport as well. And you, Jen, are responsible for the beautiful look of the Aitkin signs, the City of Aitkin signs.
Welcome to Aitkin.
Welcome
yes.
to Aitkin.
Yes.
Those are awesome, by the way.
They are.
And I know it seems like a simple thing, but remember how many people from how many places are driving by those signs every day, and that's the feeling they get of Aitkin versus, I think, where we were. Not that they were wrong before, they were just time for change. And thanks for doing that.
The update of the city logo, I think, was kind of the inspiration for those, and just so everyone knows too, the new water tower will match that as well. So the top will be black with the city logo, and the stem will be white. So the theme on the
That's a fine. What other things that I haven't mentioned that makes you worry or work every day? What do you work on?
I just work on trying to be a good leader, and we really talked about it a lot in the office. We're trying to focus on the positive. We do have negative things that come through our office, things that are not so fun to deal with, those phone calls sometimes when people are upset. But for the most part, I think that's been my message to the staff, is to stay positive. Let's focus, whether it's big or small, let's focus on the wins as much as we can. We're going to be going through that with council sometime in January. We're resurrecting the employee appreciation program, and then we'll talk about all of the good things. Sam's made a nice list of accomplishments for each department, and some of them are big, some of them are very small, but they're still important. And then I think the other important piece for me is the relationship between the city and the county, the school district, and of course our businesses. Everybody's working well, and I feel like that's where that momentum comes from, working together. We're all in it together, whether that's staff or our other government agencies. We all have the same goal. Yeah,
that's really important what you just said on, the employees and making sure that you're showing that appreciation, but the general public itself, right? A lot of times you get the complaints and you get the issues and the things like that. The general public should never forget you guys are in your roles, and the people that work inside county and city government are there because they care about the area and they want to do the best for the area. And that's what people need to keep in mind as they're approaching or coming in and wanting to talk about different subjects. We just want the best for everybody. That's what we're trying to get accomplished. So
I think we need to give the council some credit as well. They have been very supportive of staff, and they kind of go along on this crazy ride and help us get our goals accomplished too, by approving and discussing and planning and making the city the best it can be.
So do you want to give a scale of 1 to 10 on how she is as a leader, or we'll do that offline? We won't talk about that right now.
100 out of 10.
Yeah, I always see when I go into the office down at the city, very welcoming. I've heard this before. We've had businesses tell us how much easier it was to work with the city of Aitkin folks than other people outside of our area when they wanted to come for business. I just recently had a conversation with somebody that's looking at housing development that had compliments for the way that you guys have interacted with them, that they said in their words, and I'm not going to say who it is, but their words were, the answer was not going to be yes, but they figured out how to get us to an appropriate ending. So I thought that was really good, that
that's our goal. If we can take someone's idea and make it happen, that's our goal. If we can do that within the parameters of the ordinances that we have put in front of us, our goal is to make it work for that person and their idea.
City and county are the same. We've got statutes and ordinances that you can't bend on. I mean, they're laws for a reason. But there may be other options that a person that just wants to come in and say, I want to build this. I have this dream. You're not dream killers. You're trying to figure out how to work the system in to be able to legally and within ordinance do that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And that's fun, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of different things that have been happening. I mean, we're not ever going to be Minneapolis. We know that.
Right.
We don't want to be.
Right.
We want to be Aitkin County and the city of Aitkin. How about your downtown area with all the entertainment? What do you think about that? That's pretty cool.
It's fantastic. I'm hearing the buzz too. People are liking all the music and all the activities. We're trying to get on that bandwagon too. Sam's been promoting the Central Park and the bandstand that was moved there permanently. It used to be used in the float or in the parades, and is now used in our Central Park. And we recently just did an electrical upgrade at the park there so that bands can play, and we are getting some interest in that, and people really like to use it, and we like to see it used.
Yeah, that's really cool that you do that and make those things just better opportunities for everybody. So thank you both for doing that.
Yeah, we're trying to get a concert series in the park next summer.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, free for residents. And
it is fun to see all the activity downtown as well, just drawing in those people and supporting the businesses, so fantastic.
Ladies, thank you for coming in and visiting. I know on your busy schedule it was tough to get you in here, but we finally got her in the door and in the building. But we've known each other for a long time. I'm really always impressed with the work that you do and the attitude that you have on creating future momentum. I really do love that and compliment you on how you get that done in a day.
Thank you.
And you're not so bad. No, I'm just kidding. We are lucky to have you, and lucky to have you come into our area. And thanks for doing that. Thanks for making it naturally better in Aitkin County.
yeah, it's an honor.
All right. Well, hopefully we can do this again. Anytime you want to have conversations on what we can do for the city residents and the county residents, let me know.
Will do.
All right. Thank you both. And you're listening to Coffee with the County.